split, and we'll see if they can continue building up that blue wall. ISMA here, it's just going to be spotted by Yike. Ward comes out.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Medic. I generally don't trust EU teams with range supports. Like, I think that engage is so core to how we play League that having a reliable engage is super important. And so range supports, like I'm very critical of our teams domestically and how their ability to execute.
Yeah, but the thing is, this isn't just about range Lulu. This is engage Lulu. Because when Bai goes in, you press or on Bai,
you can
and
do
it's
that,
double knockup. She is the engage Benny.
Also,
that's the thing.
Bard is a range support, and we spent game one praising these two guys as Jun's going to try and heal. Flash coming forward as they look for the chase. Jun cannot escape. Engage Lulu!
Engage Lulu!
They ran them down. 2 versus 2 at level 1. I mean, Busio continues to make a case for why he's the best support in the league right now, and he finds a kill onto Jun a minute into the game.
You doubted them. I don't.
Okay, we're 1 minute in. Okay.
I mean, you also said you don't trust EU players with range supports. Neither of these guys are EU players. They are playing in EU.
That's true, man. That's true. I mean, this is the thing, though. I think that range supports are continuing to become part of the meta, and our teams are going to have to get better, and they are getting better at it. And I think Busio is a clear example of that. We'll see how the rest of the game progresses, but a good start for KC. They're able to find that advantage already in the bot lane. Game 1 was a Canna solo kill. Game 2 was a bot lane 2v2. I mean, the laners of KC, not only are they reliable, but they know how to find their own leads.
It is unfortunate, though, for GIANTX, because Jun really has been having a spectacular split, and it's kind of been one of the big talking points alongside Noah about how they have performed in the 2v2. But here against KC today, Jun just hasn't been having the best time. The Bard didn't look great, the ultimates were mistimed, and now losing out on the level 1 as well. It just hasn't been the day for the GIANTX bot lane.
Yeah, I think back to the game that Busio was on the caster desk, and he talked about the Jun game versus Koi's bot lane, where they brought out the Elise Caitlyn, and he absolutely dominated on the Elise and was able to successfully make that game, or sorry, that pick work for them in the game. But here, yeah, in the 2v2, KC definitely has the advantage. But here comes the junglers.
Busio going to get caught out for the start. Noah using that Valkyrie for the extra damage. Busio, no flash, no heal, no life left as ISMA claims the kill.
The disengaged Lulu, significantly worse than the engaged Lulu there. Couldn't quite run away. And GIANTX get a nice turnaround, but ISMA with a good play towards that bottom side as well. And now Caliste has to abandon the bottom side because Yike has gone towards that top crab, which means ISMA can just recall in this bush and deny all this CS.
ISMA with a nice interrupt, but you hit the nail on the head. The double crab and the potential invade coming through from Yike. Looks like he wants to steal away that Gromp if he can. Looks like he's just going to recall, wants to go back to base instead. Doesn't want to wait too long, especially given that he's expecting the recalls to come through soon. It also looks like, based on the pings, GX is aware that Yike may very well be on that Gromp. I wonder if that'll affect ISMA's pathing at all. Ultimately, though, it is KC with a small gold lead, even though Caliste was denied a lot of farm and experience after being pushed away from that bot wave. He's still ahead in XP, and he's still ahead in gold.
Getting that first kill, obviously, going to be really good for him. ISMA picking up the kill for GIANTX means that he can have a bit more impact with that gold across the map, but does put Noah about 300 gold in the hole. Canna once again getting pushed on the top side, as expected in this matchup. A lot has kind of been put into, hey, be a tank, affect the game later on duty so far this series, and Canna is taking full advantage of it by snipping his way through the GIANTX top laner.
Yeah, I think this is why it's so hard to play against KC in the early stages, because like you want to put resources into getting bot lane back in check. Because Caliste and Busio have an incredibly potent 2v2, but it just means that Canna ends up constantly finding these leads in the 1v1
Good bubble, heal coming out. Caliste going to have to use the barrier here as Noah chases him down. Flash away from Caliste. They're looking for the damage onto Noah Bennett, but Flo will heal him up. Still a 1-for-1 exchange between the AD carries.
Very close, but it is end up being the 1-for-1. Busio and Caliste try to kite up into River so you can deny those auto attacks from Jun, and it's just enough that Caliste ends up getting a kill before he drops.
The good news for Noah is the wave is in a much better spot for him. It is slow pushing towards him. There's not much that Busio can do to clear this out, and you can see the farm is just disappearing. Busio is doing what he can to catch it, but this means that as small as it is, it's still an advantage for Noah.
Also, Caliste burning his flash and Noah still having his up means that ISMA could just look for a gank. Busio's flash about to come off cooldown, but still on it right now as they go in with the phosphorus bomb. ISMA on a control ward while Yike starts up the Drake. It sounds like half HP. Does have move of his mid laner first as kyeahoo was able to push Jackie's in. ISMA looking to steal this away, but decides against it for now.
ISMA doesn't have the upgraded smite, so it would have been an advantage for Yike in the smite fight. So ISMA backs away, but there we go.
Emperor's Divide onto kyeahoo. Does take one tower shot between worlds. He goes, can dash out, uses the weirding, dashes towards ISMA, and then flashes away. ISMA with a hammer shot, not going to be able to connect onto Yike.
A bit of a oopsie there from kyeahoo. I guess he wasn't expecting ISMA to be pathing that way, forced to burn his flash anyway, even though he tried to get out of that situation without it. Yike, though, chasing down ISMA, knows he has the level advantage.
Smite as well. ISMA needs to get this low quickly, and he can't get it low enough. Yike comes in with that extra damage on the smite and secures himself the scuttle.
You can see how this is resulting in a decent camp lead now for Yike. He's behind in gold because, of course, of that kill that ISMA was able to get, but he's basically closed the gold gap because he's been prioritizing farm. While all that action's been happening on the bot side of the map, Yike has been busy clearing away as many camps and securing all of these crabs. So overall, we find ourselves in a very even game, which is a little bit surprising considering how chaotic the early kills were.
And Busio and Caliste, after getting that first kill, Aquaprism going to land onto Busio, but not really any more trading coming out from Noah. Gatling gun had expired. They used the Oracles to clear out this ward. So they do have the push for now, but Caliste with that Q can just clear the way pretty quickly. Push it back out when you have those 8 stacks. Noah does exactly the same with a phosphorus bomb and a Gatling gun, so exchange of prio in that bot lane, not really amounting to too much.
I think it's just a waiting game. 50 seconds until the next Void Grubs are up, so you're going to get the reset from Yike. He wanted to try and finish off Tunneler in a little bit more, so he's going to come back on towards that bottom side and clear up into that top half, which I imagine he will then try and look for Void Grubs. So I think it's more on GIANTX to see what ISMA can do, to see if he can make some sort of play on that bottom side as the wave is going to bounce. But actually, keep my eyes on Yike. He's just legging it bot lane.
Sprinting down here. Hovering with Caliste. Flash. Cease and desist with the polymorph coming out as well. Good knockback on the Valkyrie. Noah, no escape. Taken out by the KC bot side.
I mean, keep it simple. Lane gank, flash is up. Nowhere for Noah to go. He did have his flash, but he was not allowed to use it. KC find themselves another kill. And, I mean, both teams trading blow for blow in the early game.
It's also just really smart. You put Busio forward by himself, he polymorphs, and then you immediately go in. It's like, oh, you can't Valkyrie away, you can't flash away, we're just going to go for the fight. And after that, it was a really good bolt breaker as well from Yike with the flash over to stop Noah's Valkyrie, meaning that at that point he's thinking about whether he expends the flash. Don't really want to do that in that sort of situation. Lot did have a freeze on the top side. It's broken now as Canna's able to catch the wave under tower.
Yeah, I wanted to try and have another look because I don't know if Caliste faked the reset.
Yeah, I was wondering because he went back to the
was
tower.
Like holding the wave. Yeah,
I think
he did
as well.
Was the play, yeah. Yeah, so I think so Caliste faked the reset. Busio stepped forward to be like, I'm the support holding the wave, which is why Noah went forward with Yike. So that was actually a really cool orchestrated play by KC, like basically playing off of what you expect supports to do in those certain manners.
Really nicely done all round by KC. Playing with the minds of their opponents as Yike tries to get in here. Can't pop breaker close enough to get the smite. ISMA secures the Scuttle Crab. Next Drake up in 90 seconds. Second of the game, a little bit about the same pace as we had in game 1, in fact. And with Caliste having a lead and kyeahoo having a lead, it should be KC's for the taking, although Noah and Jun do manage to get a bit of an advantage with the wave pushing in. Caliste dodging away from the Aquaprism. Flank coming out here as Caliste uses the Transcendence to go in. Here's kyeahoo. Noah flashing away. Tidal wave out. Stops kyeahoo in his tracks.
Does get the flash out from Noah, though, which makes him a little bit more vulnerable, especially with a minute until that next dragon. He could be the next opportunity for another Vi ultimate. But yeah, I think the second that Transcendence was popped, Noah and Jun realized, hang on a second, we're definitely not alone in this play.
Yike 5 seconds away from having that cease and desist. Looks to try and catch Jackie's, doesn't land it. Just trying to burn stuff before the Drake comes up. Get as many summoners, as many spells out of GIANTX as possible. Resets coming out from Yike, as I think he's got that Sundered Sky now complete. Can build that and then come out towards this Drake.
I have to say, I'm just overall, I like the goal lead isn't significant, but overall just the decisions and the way in which KC are playing is really impressive to me. They they seem to have these very clearly laid out set plays and plans, and each piece seems to be executing upon them really well. Now, GX, what's really important about their composition is, remember, they don't have easy engage at all. They do have very good disengage, and they have a lot of range. So they have to take their time and do things like this. Chunk your opponent out before the fight. Nice flash.
Yeah, Busio was looking for the fight here. Oh, Yike just clips the wall. Doesn't get knocked up by it. Keeper's Verdict coming out as well as Yike tries to escape, but Jun secures the kill. Now with Drake up, GIANTX can turn their attentions towards it and stop KC from getting the stack.
The all-in on the top side from Lot as well, taking Canna very, very low, which actually opened up an opportunity where he could have TP'd in, but you've already killed Yike, so GIANTX finding some life in this game.
Absolutely. I love what they did. They set up using their prio mid to control the entrance to that top side in the river, and then they found Busio in the bot side river, who they were able to chunk out. And it doesn't matter if they got the kill because they had that health advantage. ISMA then sees an opportunity with an isolated Yike to dive in and secure that kill, equalizing the kill score and securing their first dragon of the game. So very well played by GIANTX, and definitely showcasing that they're definitely not down and out just yet.
Imperial Mandate now completed on Jun, gives him so much more power in the 2v2. He's running his way back out towards that bot side. ISMA clearing out through his wolves as Yike looks to see if an invade is possible. He's a bit isolated here, with the pings coming out on Jackies, who was moving towards this side of the map to make sure this blue is secured for his jungler. It looks like Yike will have to make do with just a Scuttle Crab as his prize for the invade.
Yeah, we'll spot out where ISMA is though, which now makes it significantly easy to try and track where that jungler is going to be going. You had the reset coming through from Canna as well, so I don't think they wanted to overextend too much. Just again, get as much information as possible. And it is once more kind of a, okay, let's see how we can interact with the lanes. And again, it just seems like focus is on bot lane. I think you've got the setup for Yike. Flash isn't up for Noah, so I think that's where KC want to try and put their attention. And it's going to be on ISMA to try and shut that play down.
GIANTX with a small lead, but really nothing too consequential for either team in terms of advantages so far. You can see like 250 gold the max. That's a dagger at most, you know. It's a little bit of attack speed, nothing more. Next Drake's still 3.5 minutes away, and with the Kraken Slayer complete on Caliste, I think the question will be in a lot of people's minds is, can Caliste carry from this sort of position? Like, he's 3-1, has Kraken Slayer first, he's in a really strong spot. He's shown us throughout the year, well, I was going to say years, but kind of year and a half that he's been around, that he is an incredible AD carry when it comes to team fighting. And here, there's a lot of eggs in that Caliste basket.
But the thing is, he's actually not massively far ahead. Noah has just reset, finished the Triforce, but Jackie's
Force low, force to flash. Caliste begins to open up, and Jackie shifts his way across. The answer is yes, it seems.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, with
the
no!
Jackie thought he could stay around, but Caliste flashes in. Cleans it up at the end.
The very edge of the W from Caliste, connecting to interrupt the base, and then the flash into E. Ooh, nicely done by Caliste. 4-1-0. Now is in the river.
Yike looking to de-engage. Yeah, who going between worlds and is on the wrong side of it. ISMA now looking for Yike. Guess they're not back into him, but no stun. Keeper's Verdict out with the wild growth on Yike. Should be able to get another Bolt Breaker out. Smites ISMA for the slow, and will be able to get himself away to the Gromp.
I do feel like that it's kyeahoo who's supposed to be doing the burst in that situation, not Noah, but Noah does...
Have you not watched any Corp games?
You're right, that's my bad, that's my bad, yeah. Noah really just out-damaging kyeahoo in that little skirmish, forcing him to immediately retreat. He's going to go back to base with that Trinity Force. That is a very powerful spike for the Corki.
Yeah, alongside the Imperial Mandate, there's so much damage, but we're going to get to see this again as Caliste just happy to take the fight. Knows that Busio is going to be there in a second, steps back, gets the shield, gets the Whimsy as well to speed up both himself and the auto attacks. And then Jackie's thought he'd have the quicker reset, but just about Caliste is able to clip him and get the kill.
I mean, if you're Azir in this situation, you type enemy AD carry no flash. Track that, ready for the next fight.
Lulu no W.
Yeah, Lulu no W indeed. 20 seconds until the Rift Herald, so maybe they can punish Caliste here. Of course, again, want to remind you how difficult it is for this GX composition to really find engage. Their actual CC is very limited. You've got a Nami bubble, you've got an Azir wall, you've got a Poppy CC into wall and knock up. And then whatever Cassante does.
Put the Nami E onto Noah and he Valkyries forward to get the slow and the auto attack.
Sure.
And then you can get the wave after.
Also, you've probably killed someone then because you have a Trinity Force and Imperial Mandate. So, assuming that Busio isn't nearby to top him up, it's actually quite a devastating combo. But now at 1.2k lead for Caliste as Noah goes in. The polymorph comes outside a wave. Caliste able to dodge to the side of it. Tries to open up onto Jun, dashes forward. Caliste takes him. Noah next up. It's 2. A double for Caliste. Yike dies on a dive. As ISMA and Lotta coming in, the TP from Canna as well. They'll look for kyeahoo first as they collapse onto him. Keep us verdict with a knock-up onto Canna, but meanwhile, kyeahoo just falls. Busio now joining in as Canna opens up the wild, goes topping him up, but it won't be enough. So Jackie's died in the top lane, and then Yike and kyeahoo died for it.
So while Caliste is smurfing everywhere on the map, the rest of his team is getting a little bit chaotic. Skirmish is happening on the top side. Yike, a dive ends up going wrong. Canna will be, he's committed to getting these plates and he doesn't care who's in his way. Will lose about 50% of his HP, but then will back off. Let's look back at what happens on the top side here.
Yeah, so they get the ult, but Jackie's immediately throws him under, which I imagine then comes with an Emperor's Divide attached, which it does. So Jackie dies, Yike goes down.
It's a 2-4.
But it's then the TP that finishes off as kyeahoo definitely does not have enough to get through the 2 tanks, and they deal a lot of damage at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't actually realize that Jackie's died at the top end of that play, but ends up going the way of GX overall on the top side. That doesn't take into account that that Caliste and Busio got a 2v2 in the mid lane as well, securing themselves 2 kills. GX, though, they've snuck away the dragon, so a potential win condition for them there is neither team really that close to the soul for now. Herald, though, should be the next option for KC, as Yike will head towards there straight away. And kyeahoo has to recognize he's on the weak side of the rift.
Yeah, but playing away from Caliste seems very weird to me as KC, because he's so strong that you've got 2 items now completed on him. You should have been able to just play through these dragons and be the one that are actually stacking up these objectives, but instead in trying to make that dive on the top side, there was always a chance it was going to go wrong right as Dragon was spawning. Now you're looking for cross maps instead, and it just buys windows of times for GIANTX to kind of get gold into some of their key carries like Jackie's.
Jackie's will be able to pick up the tower, puts the Sundist down immediately, and kyeahoo backs away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane with the Rift Herald charging in, GIANTX can't defend their tier 1. A tower apiece. First one was picked up, though, for GIANTX, so they get that little bit of extra gold for the first turret of the game. Caliste at 2 and a bit items, Noah at 1.5 or so, we'll say. So about an item lead for Caliste. Fiend Hunter Bolt so powerful on the Yunara.
I like what this attack, though, from GIANTX. They know that Caliste can eventually push in mid, and then they'll be able to rotate top. So instead, Jun kind of cheats tempo, immediately runs into top side, denies any sort of push here for KC, so they can't really establish themselves in the wave. And now it gives them a little bit more breathing room to push the wave with Jackie's, get some vision down firm, and kind of combat KC, setting up vision to rotate through this river.
ISMA's recall getting stopped there by Busio, but they do still have a ward in that bush, and you can see now ISMA cleaning out some of the wards that Busio has tried to lay down around this barren pit. Just trying to get as much vision as possible. Busio just like, every now and again just presses S. It's just like, hey, you guys can chase me here if you want. Last time that worked out so well for you, didn't it? Just
the mind games.
Exactly, it's what you got to do. Lands the
I don't think we're allowed to talk about the StarCraft clip with here.
Oh, true, yeah. I'm talking about the Idra one. Yeah.
Good clip.
Oh, this is the one where Dana and Apollo just lose their mind.
Yeah, I mean, can you blame them? Imagine if that happened in League, man. Like, it's just a Nico clone walks that to you and the enemy team just FFs and you're like, what on earth is happening? You know?
You know, back in the day, you could FF. I mean, I think teams can FF. I've just never seen a team do it.
One of those like frowned upon things. Technically legal, but in terms of sportsmanship, frowned upon. It's like selling all your items at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Technically allowed, not really allowed.
It also just ruins stats.
Yeah, that's the reason we don't allow it that much. It's like, please
stats.
don't. I would not like to think this Yorick built 5 tiers. It just ruins all of my numbers.
And won the game? That's insane.
Okay, this top tower is going to be the next objective for KC. They've got many people here. ISMA, he's going to face check.
Jackie's trying to chunk out kyeahoo before the fight begins and does manage to do that. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Noah putting damage down onto Busio. ISMA still looking for the chase. As Yike and Busio are able to retreat towards the top side of this. Caliste has gone back to mid, which means KC have given up on the play pretty much. kyeahoo needs to be a bit cautious, though, because he might get flanked by Jun and ISMA, and Yike is there to protect him.
So though you're getting the push in mid, so now Caliste gets the move as Noah has to catch the wave. So now GIANTX no longer have that presence on the top side. So yeah, I'm surprised he ulted for the wave, but KC's still threatening on this top half.
He did like no damage. I feel like kyeahoo is not a threat right now.
And he's got a blighting jewel and a rocket belt.
Yeah, I mean, you saw him pushing towards that tower and how he just got chunked out by Jackies. This is what I was talking about when it comes to range. Azir should outscale the Aurora the later into the game we go. You're very reliant on Canna being that kind of late game carry threat. Obviously, once Aurora gets more items, her ability to, well, one-shot squishies is still going to always exist. Let's see what happens here. Water's being cleared up. It is a blast cones over the wall.
Looking for kyeahoo. Will get the slam. Doesn't quite get the CC. Yike goes back in with the Vault Breaker. ISMA heals up with the Sundered Sky. Caliste and Busio moving across. The TP coming out from Canna as well. Jun here to help defend GIANTX, but that tower is pretty damn low, and they don't have the rest of their team. KC begin the fight as 5. Cease and desist going in the tidal wave. Canna blocks it with a hallowed miss, but GIANTX still able to disengage. The tower does fall. Meanwhile, Lot TPs into the back line. Caliste trying to get in here as well. Unable to join the fight yet, and Canna is left by his lonesome. The shutdown goes to Noah. KC overextending the top side.
KC tried to hard force the play, but they don't actually end up getting anyone with the lockdown. The tower falls, but so do some members.
This is exactly how GX want their comp to work. Disengage, disengage, disengage. You then get frustrated, you overstay your welcome, and you end up paying for it. And look at how easy it is for GX to just push KC away. Not only do they have a lot of long range to already chip down damage, there's the ulti from Nami, stopping the smoke coming in from Busio. The flash, the dash from Jackies. Now Canna isolated from his team once the TP flank comes in from Lot, and there's nowhere for him to go.
Huge ultimate as well from ISMA, knocking Caliste out of the fight. That damage dealer that we've been speaking of meant there was just nothing to actually take down some of these low health members. Now again, a failed dive top, losing a Chemtech Dragon. I feel like it's deja vu.
And KC's lead is all sitting on Caliste right now. GIANTX able to bite back in the mid lane. Jackies has the Zonyas and the Nashers to complete. They are one Drake away from Soul. KC, after having that early lead, haven't played around their AD carry too much. They've been looking towards kyeahoo, trying to protect him a little bit. They're going to start up the Baron, though. They do this relatively fast, as GIANTX are aware that something is happening. Busio clearing out a little bit of vision. 11,000 now on the Baron. GIANTX stepping back, stepping forward. I think they're aware there's something going on, Betty. I don't think they're aware it's the Baron. Caliste begins to back off. Yike still keeping it aggro for the moment. Yeah, as soon as they get the Scuttle Crab, they'll be very aware. So Yike's like, okay, I'm good. I'll just back away.
It really felt like they were committing to that. They were saying, as a duo, we can just do this, and they were doing it, but GX could clearly tell that something was going on, and their pressure was unrelenting, so KC was forced off the objective.
It's something we've seen teams do more and more. Now the damage from Baron is down, but Jackies...
Cease and desist onto Jackies, who's shifting sands across the wall. Keeper's verdict. Who's going to be guilty? ISMA will look for kyeahoo and knock him out in the end in exchange for 2 ultimates for 2 ultimates.
So, again, you can see how annoying this is. Like, Vi followed the Azir all the way through the wall, then she gets ulted away, and then just to add insult to injury, Poppy ults you too. And it's just like, we can't lock anyone down. And KC have a very similar problem to GX in that their engage isn't the best, but they do still have Vi. Vi is that key point. But if that engage is gone, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I do think, though, it's...
GIANTX did not clear out the vision around this now.
Yeah.
They'll put the control ward down. They started the Baron. Yike is on that red buff. Canna's a mile away without TP, as you say. 10,000 now on it. Yike can look for the steal. No flash for him, but a Vault Breaker over the wall.
They're not going to flip this, are they?
In tidal wave. Yike looking. Lot going forward. They're going to flip it, and Yike gets it! And Yike gets it, and now Caliste, untouched on the backline, can begin to open up. Noah's gonna fall, he's snipped out by Canna. Jackie's forced away by kyeahoo. ISMA dashing forward onto Caliste. But GIANTX have flipped the whole damn series on a single press of a button. And Yike puts them in their place.
Lot tried to keep Yike out of the pit, but they took a gamble, and it did not pay off. 4 members fall. The Baron is secured. A happy bee comes from Caliste, and it's disaster for GX.
Yeah, the ult was early from the Nami. Lot doesn't connect as you get the flash over, and it's the smite from Yike that secures it. From that position, KC, they've got everything that they need. They start clearing out these members of GIANTX. And you call a medic everything on a flip, and it's just the birds that they get from Yike.
What are they doing? What is this?
Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas.
That is a great question, Caliste. I mean, because what they should have done with that Baron is used it as a means to fight, or poke, or anything. Or even... Oh,
Not flash over the wall and miss the knock-up onto Yike as he goes in with the cease and desist as a wild growth. The battle at Lulu is well and truly online. Tidal Wave comes out for the disengage, but ISMA has to burn his flash. With Baron buff now, KC begin to crack through these tier 2s. They'll go through the bot side. They've already opened up mid. And KC, they don't have the best siege in the world. kyeahoo is being forced low on the top side. Jackie's going to look for the TP away, knowing that Canna's on his way. They don't have any CC there, so the teleport will get Jackie's to safety.
Just about. Nice steal from Yike. This Baron, though, so far hasn't gotten KC a huge amount. Dragon spawning in a minute's time, so at the very least, KC will deny that soul. This does suggest to me that GX, while they're behind, at least they're still in the game. The game isn't quite over just yet. They have opportunities to stall things out. And okay, yes, they got a decent amount of gold. I will acknowledge that.
But they haven't been able to take as many neutrals as they would like. As many of those towers slam into the wall here as ISMA's trying to lock up Canna, who dashes away, has the needle work for the slow as well. Lock goes unstoppable, trying to chase his enemy man. But this is 3 players invested on the top side. And now KC still have a wave of Baron to play with. 30 seconds before that buff goes down. Caliste is pushing through bot. That should be the bot inhibitor tower for him. Not quite. Still has that bulwark, has the plate, so without a wave there, he can't quite take the full turret. Yeah,
I think it's just reset, spend your gold, and get ready for this Dragon Soul. I'm keeping my eyes on Caliste items, because that is one strong unit.
Yeah, just a bit.
He's 2 full items ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this number at the top here, this nearly equals this number down here. You know? So
Canna's also 1.6k ahead now as well. Nash's Tooth, Riftmaker, and Dusk and Dawn complete. For GIANTX, like, they didn't lose much in terms of stuff on the map, but in terms of stuff in people's pockets, they are very much on the wrong side of the exchange. And now KC able to take the Drake, not soul for them, but they deny the soul away from GIANTX.
So, obviously, GX are behind. Here's the good news and here's the bad news.
Okay.
What would you like first?
Bad first.
Bad news. They're in an 8k gold deficit.
Okay.
There is a pretty significant item discrepancy. And Caliste will murder anyone.
Okay, good news?
Good news is, neither team has a great engage. And I have to keep coming back to this, right? Which is that the reason why KC even got that fight in the first place was because GX was grouped up in a Baron pit. Right? Which makes it that much easier to actually start a fight. And you've already identified their siege isn't the easiest to do against Azir Corki. So GX have ways to stall, and the lack of Dragon Soul threat means that GX don't actually need to leave their base. The only thing they have to be concerned about is a Baron. And if it's KC that start the Baron off, that could be an opportunity for you to find a fight unless you get caught and die.
Season 6 onto ISMA, they'll jump onto him with a wild growth for the follow-up knock up. They shouldn't have left their base, buddy.
Now, gentlemen, I have some more bad news.
Okay.
Someone may have died on GX. This will make defending the base a little bit harder. Not all doom and gloom.
I will say, it does seem to be easier when you don't press the wild on someone that has a mega dash.
That does help, yes. But look, wave clear. See? GX still holding onto the base for now.
Just using this time to deny vision if you're KC. Force GIANTX back into their base and then suffocate them out of the game.
Because there's a minute until Baron, so we kind of just get to push waves back and forth for a little bit and then immediately just turn over towards that objective. And I think that's where, again, it gets very difficult. The only thing that I think could save it is a huge ultimate from ISMA that takes Caliste out of the fight. Because you do have decent items starting to come through from Jackie's. We already saw that Noah can deal a lot as well. But it has to take Caliste out of the equation because this Yunar is so far ahead that if she just gets to open up, you immediately lose the game to GIANTX.
So, neither team playing for their playoffs lives here. An upper bracket berth for the winner of this series. KC looking to make it them. They would play up against G2 next week. For GIANTX, trying to avoid a matchup against Heretics, instead continue their way through the upper side of the bracket. But no teams eliminated from LEC versus this week, as we have that full double elimination bracket. 10,000 gold, almost the lead now. And it's not just Caliste who has the advantage. Yike and Canna, 1.5 and 2k ahead respectively. Sundus down from Jackie's, Yike stealing away the Razor Beaks, because why not? take as much gold off the map as you can from GIANTX. The Baron is up. And GIANTX are all 5 in the mid lane. Canna's going down towards bot. GIANTX, I mean, might rue their lack of engage a little bit here, but Jackie's goes in. The Emperor's of Eye catches on Caliste, who dashes away. Redemption coming out as Jackie's uses the stopwatch. TP's coming in from KC. Yike's already killed off one. A second to follow as Noah falls. Caliste being chased out by Lot, but even he won't die. GIANTX once again pull the trigger, and it's them that are getting shot down.
They dive between 2 towers in the mid lane, forcing a fight so hard in a desperation play to try and take out Caliste. But he stands strong. He has the support of Busio by his side, and he's looking at a 10-1-2 scoreline to close out this series.
How do you try and keep him in check? Now with the Bloodthirster as well, the healing, the movement speed from the Shirelias, everything is just too good at keeping this man alive. And KC with that, it feels like the inevitable has started. Baron falling, mid inhibitor, top lane tier 2 about to go as well. It feels like there's no stopping them right now.
Yeah, they're having a good time. RKC can't stop them now. A 14,000 gold lead. Now there is a Drake up. A Chem Soul obviously would be nice for GIANTX, but I don't think really would impact the game too much. Like, I like the initial play, but after that, you don't really have much to chase further forward.
I also love that Yike immediately jumps on towards Noah to lock him down, to deny any sort of follow-up. And you can see here, Caliste with Busio, getting that move speed, getting that healing, just barely keeps him topped up.
Gentlemen, I'm running out of good news.
Okay. Well, good news for KC fans.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They are in a fantastic spot, and honestly, like, KC is looking incredibly good. I feel like our upper bracket matches are going to be very tense between the teams that we have right now, and that is assuming KC can close this one out, which very much feels like that they will be able to.
I'm just saying, like, that is one of the shallowest assumptions you've ever had to make. You haven't had to dig deep for that one at all.
Excuse me, good sir. Have you not watched the regular season of the LEC versus?
13,000 gold ready.
Yes.
It would be the biggest gold swing of this year, probably, in professional League of Legends.
That probably?
Well,
Probably.
I haven't watched every CB LoL game. I know Katie are really good at losing. We could ask Law. Actually, is Law down there?
Yeah, she's down there.
Did they throw 14K or 15K, Law?
That was a low blow.
I think she's gone now. I think she's
Yeah, understandable. KC, though, in prime position, pushing through all 3 lanes. Canna up top. Yahoo down towards the bottom side. It was 13K for KC, so it would KT. So
you're
would
saying
be.
it's possible.
Yeah. And they have a lot of similarities.
KC could do the funniest thing right now, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
GX, they're going to need a miracle fight to stay alive in this game. The tower will be arisen.
Noah's used to miracles, obviously.
It's true. Oh, ISMA. Has he found a flank?
Yeah, but it's only him.
He's found one, though.
Identifying the flank, not the hardest thing in the world. Executing on it, pretty difficult.
But he executed it, just no one else was there.
Yes, true. Executing your opponents on a flank, pretty difficult, as KC continue to push in. 15K the lead now, as it's going to be triple in here, but GIANTX left trying to defend their Nexus tower. Cease and desist in, tidal wave coming out. Caliste dodging away from Jackie's, who was polymorphed as he went in. The Guardian Angel has been procced onto Yike, but Canna diving onto the backline, and Yike still very healthy. Yahoo will chase Slot and ISMA back to the base, and there's no throws here, as KC will clean it up and take